Hello and welcome back to Lowdown, a show produced by the students at the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg. I'm Anaya Smith.
And I'm Ranjanae Hill. Thanks for joining us this evening as we continue to delve into all the cool things happening here at UCM. Speaking of, we'll sit down with yours truly and learn a little bit more about me and all the opportunities provided to the student staff here at KMOS.
And we'll sit down with a professor here at UCM and talk to the Jennies basketball team about their journey to become national champions. All this and more coming at you.
Good.
I don't know, you look at it.
Ooh, that's good.
Around KMOS, there are always a lot of new faces. Many of the student workers graduate and move along from the station. One student producer who's nearing her graduation and is a 2.5-year veteran here at KMOS is Ranjanae Hill. We sat down with Ranjanae to ask her about her major here at UCM, as well as her work at KMOS.
I've been working at KMOS for the past 2.5 years. I started my freshman year. And I just kind of applied on a whim. Eric was going around to different classrooms talking about how they had a student producer role open and they also need an on-air talent. I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to work with a professional organization to further advance my skills as an on-air talent, as a journalist, as a student, you know, all those different areas. So throughout the past 2.5 years, I've done a lot of different things with KMOS. I produce a segment for our show Lowdown each week. A segment will consist of me going around campus, figuring out something that's relevant going on for students to know about. Go out, shoot, interview, edit those stories, turn that in, and then also in addition to that, Eric will call me in once a week or once every other week to shoot a promo or to shoot the opening scenes for Lowdown. Everything I'm doing here at KMOS relates directly to my major because it's adding those practical skills that I need. I'm getting involved in the camera work. I'm able to enhance my interviewing skills. I'm able to be in front of the camera and just everything really relates back to it. I've really grown close to all the workers, both student and the professionals here. Everyone just respects one another for their crafts, and then also the professionals really want to help the students to succeed in whatever they want to do. And I've just taken a liking to everyone and all that they have to offer. I'm learning from the students as I am learning from the professors, and it's just nice. I guess the biggest benefit would be hands-on experience. We work in a lot of different areas. Twice a year we'll have our pledge, which is a great opportunity for us to get in our professional camera work because we're going live on KMOS, and we are expected to work at that professional level. Roy will be up directing the show and calling the different shots, so you have to really be listening. And then I also get to meet the different on-air talents and just talk to them about the different skill sets involved in being a professional on-air talent and what they like about it and what may be the challenges of breaking through in that career. So that's one of the benefits of working at KMOS. Another benefit is just getting to do a lot on campus and meeting different members of prominence on campus. My favorite thing that I've done with KMOS is stand-ups, and that's just really because that's what I want to do in my professional career, so I'm very passionate about that. And getting a new script is just like Christmas to me. I get to read over it, I get to practice the lines. Each semester actually, I've had a new co-host because everyone keeps graduating, but since I started my freshman year, I'm not graduating for another year. So I think that's been really fun to see different personalities come in and be able to read those lines with them to figure out how we vibe, how we connect, and just how to deliver the lines the best way possible. I think that's pretty cool. Since we are on the University of Central Missouri's campus, I think a lot of students think that this is strictly a student-ran station, but it's not. It's a PBS affiliate of Missouri. So there's a lot of brevity that comes with that, and there are a lot of different opportunities for networking, for learning the ropes, and just getting into what you want to do. So I think that any student in the communication umbrella that really is passionate about pursuing a career in the media industry, whether that be film, being on air talent, shooting, documentaries or commercials, they should come down here and see what it's about, because we do a lot of different things, and Eric is really good about figuring out student strengths and working with them to help them to continue on a great path.
Reporting for Lowdown, I'm Jacob Clark.
Here at the University of Central Missouri, teachers and staff alike want their students to succeed. So today we sit down with Darren Plummer to help get into the mind of the staff and see what they truly expect from their students.
My goal is to make sure that students have every opportunity that they want to pursue. The old adage of you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I want to make sure that we have plenty of water for our students, and in the terms of having equipment that's readily available. I feel like if we give them everything, including the opportunity to get their hands on equipment and the process on how to use that equipment, that there shouldn't be any excuses for them not to use that equipment and to better themselves. I'm a firm believer that the more work that you do outside of class, the better you're going to market yourself. You know, it's important to do the classwork and to take the instructions from the faculty, but if everybody does the same project every semester, then all the demo reels are going to look the same. You got to go out and do stuff outside of class on your own. Check out the equipment, go do a shoot, you know, go do a sports highlight show, whatever, but do that in addition to your schoolwork. To me, it's important for students to get out and do stuff outside of class, because this is a very competitive market. You know, a lot of people love movies and they feel like they want to be a part of a movie set, and that sounds great in theory, but you have to put the work in. It's a very competitive field. So, you know, I encourage students constantly in class, or just, you know, when I see them in the labs, to check out the equipment. It's available for you to use anytime you want. You know, check out that equipment, do something outside of class to better yourself. I'm a firm believer, every time you get behind the camera, you're going to learn something, you're going to get better, and your next project's going to be better because of it. So if you take the mentality of, hey, I want to keep working and get better, you know, I tell students, stuff you do your freshman year probably shouldn't end up on your demo reel. That's where you are learning the basics. You've got to build upon that. And so you've got to keep striving outside of the classroom to do things that are going to make you more marketable to employers. And one thing I can say that's never wavered is our focus on student success and students not feeling the impact of the hard times. You know, one worry that I have, and I will fight for students as long as I work here, is to make sure that they have the greatest and best equipment that's possible for us to get our hands on. And I want students to know that we're going to continue to fight for that. You know, we're a firm believer that you have to get that hands-on experience, that engaged learning with the equipment you're going to see after graduation. If we're trying to teach you on 10-year-old equipment, and then you go to get an internship or a job somewhere and they're like, we don't use that technology anymore, that makes us look bad. And so the faculty and myself, we work very hard to make sure that we stay up to date with technology and try to put that technology in students' hands as much as possible. You know, I have a passion for student success. I don't want to see you checking me out at Walmart in 10 years. You know, I don't want that. I don't want to see you with your college degree in pocket, you know, being a teller at Walmart. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I want you to be in this field. If this is something you're passionate about, I want to make sure you have all the tools necessary to fulfill your dreams. And so I think it's amazing to see, you know, freshmen come in with, you know, a little bit of passion, but not a lot of knowledge in the field, and then see them walk across the stage knowing the projects they've worked on, the dedication that they put in, and then see where they end up after that. And so that's just kind of a personal feeling for me, you know, of pride, because I do feel like I play a little part in that. So yeah, I just, you know, a passion for student success. I want our students to have the best possibilities and the best, you know, chance at getting their hands on equipment that they can, so they can better themselves and hopefully meet their goals. You know, and that's some of the highlights. You know, I probably should have added this when you mentioned why I teach. It is the success stories, and some people it comes really easy. You know, they I'm sure they work hard, but they get good grades and they know someone who can help get them a job. And that's great. Obviously I want everybody to get a job, but it's those ones that are kind of the underdog. We've had several students that if you told me when they started that they'd be where they are now, I would have said, I don't see it. I don't think that can happen. But they worked hard and they kept their goal in sight. And they realized to obtain that goal, the work they were going to have to put in. And I like to encourage students like that, and I like to praise students when they go through that. So, it's great to see students taking the advice that you give and say, hey, I'm not going to just rely on what I do in class. I'm going to try to do something outside of class to better myself.
Reporting for Lowdown, I'm Blake Proctor.
On March 10th, the International Students Organization held a culture night in Hendricks Hall. The event was put together by Yugenish Ganalin, who is a junior at UCM and is the president of the International Students Organization. He gave us some insight into the event.
So my role in this event was I was a program manager, a project director. So being the president of the organization, that role came to me, and mainly what I do is I delegate the job between members. I work with our advisor, and we make sure everything goes on time and everything is smooth till the very day. So this event is called the International Cultural Festival, or the Talent Show. It's held every spring. It's a big event for ISO. So what we do is we create a platform for students to come and showcase their talents and share their culture from back home at this stage here in front of a few hundred people. I think it's a great way for them to share the diversity we have here at UCM, and also give them a chance to show who they are. The inner star. We don't know this person can dance, and today he's dancing, he's singing. So it's a great way for us to create a platform for them to come out as stars. You miss home, right? You miss the culture, you miss people, no matter where you are. So this way they share their culture, bring back memories from home, and that helps them. It's a great way for them to gain friends, get their face out, get their name out, and share who they are.
Gyubi Shin is a sophomore at UCM studying cybersecurity. She spoke with us about her role in tonight's festivities.
My role was to participate in South Korean team, which dance like the famous K-pop songs. It was a really good opportunity for us to meet each other and know much better about the culture, what they have, and it was really nice for me to perform what we have in our culture and let people know what we have and what they have, and it was really acknowledging performance for everyone.
Lavanya Carew is a UCM graduate student studying aviation safety. We got to speak with him about his role as the event's host.
I was the host for the evening. I was very privileged and honored to be the host because I've never done anything else before, like hosting. I haven't even hosted a birthday party. It's as simple as that. So it was my first time, so it was very exciting to see everybody and all the crowd. So the event was basically for everyone to see that how different cultures celebrate and do their rituals, their performances, because we all have an idea, but we haven't seen this. So I believe that diversity, the beauty of the world lies on the diversity of people. So that was tonight. That was about tonight, like seeing a lot of different cultures performing different kind of arts, dances, music. That's about it. That's seeing the beauty of all cultures coming together was about this night. I believe that we are all entitled to one kind of culture, and we haven't seen and we haven't explored it. And today it was the way I thought about a culture the day before yesterday was different from what I'm seeing about that culture from now onwards, because I saw something different. I saw the difference of the culture. So it's very important for me to understand and explore these kind of cultures. I think these kind of things we have to see, we have to go with it often, not just this once in a while, once a year. I think these events are great, and everyone should come along and participate and show something about their culture for everyone to know.
Reporting from Lowdown, I'm Brendan Wade.
Genies basketball had a historic season, and we'll be recapping their NCAA tournament journey. We first caught up with them as they prepared for the Elite Eight, so get their thoughts on their February conference championship win.
Winning conference was one of our top priorities coming into the season. We knew that that's one of the things that we really wanted to accomplish, so getting to do that and in front of our home crowd and getting to share that experience with them, it really meant a lot to us, and I think it gave us even more motivation going into regionals.
We had goals that we wanted all year, and that was the first one that we were trying to get, so winning the conference tournament, or the conference championship, was a big goal for us, and I mean, it felt good to get it, and it made us just want everything more.
The MIAA, we feel like, is the best conference in the country, Division II. We won the regular season by 3 games. We were 18-1. We had one hiccup at home. Other than that, we were unblemished. We got the opportunity to cut down the nets for our fans, and it was a great evening because it was also senior night, and it was our last home game for our seniors. And they got to celebrate not only senior night, but a conference championship.
The season's probably one of my favorite seasons. I play with a group of girls that I wouldn't trade for anything.
All the tournaments have brought us closer. You know, being on a bus with your team for 7 hours, it's just a great experience. It brings us all closer as a team, and even more closer we already are. We are great on and off the court.
This season's different. We all want it more. We all want to win the entire thing. There's not one person on the team that wants anything less.
Going on to the Elite Eight, we really want to win it all. We have nothing less than that. We got the 6th seed, but that means absolutely nothing to us. You know, in our mind, we're number 1 seed. We're going to go in and win this thing.
For the first time ever, we've had this put on our calendar forever. Nobody made spring break plans. They wanted to play in the Elite Eight. We got the job done, so now we need to find a way to win 3 more basketball games.
The Genies traveled to Sioux Falls, South Dakota to compete in the Elite Eight.
First game we played was Lubbock Christian, and they had a 6'4" All-American player that was tremendous. We held her, actually Kayana Lee held her to 9 points, which was a tremendous defensive effort on her part. And our team defense was spectacular throughout our 6-game run, and we showed it with the Lubbock Christian game first.
The Genies made their first Final Four appearance in 29 years, where they defeated Union University 70-57.
Which leads us to the national championship game. We had a chance to play Ashland University, who'd won 73 straight games. They'd averaged 99.5 points. Our team dictated the pace and tempo of the game. Kelsey Williams was outstanding, Paige Redmond outstanding, and we were able to defeat them 66-52, held them 47.5 points under their average, which was remarkable. I've been in Division II for 23 years, and this is our 16th regional that we've made. We finally found a way to win a regional tournament, and our team was not satisfied. They went ahead and won 3 more games. So it's fun to be able to put a banner in our multi-purpose arena, because we are going to go up there with a lot of the great teams in Central Missouri in the past.
The UCM and Warrensburg community celebrated the Genies win with a pep rally held in the UCM multi-purpose building.
great to see the community come out for and to honor this bunch, because they're a group deserving of the honor. And so it was fun to just celebrate with the community that we did get a national championship.
Not one of us are from Warrensburg, but we can all tell you that Warrensburg is home and you all are our family. I'm so glad that finally, after 24 years, we could get you guys a national championship.
We're still on cloud nine, and I'm so proud of our team, because they stuck together and they did it the right way, and they found ways to win in different ways. National champs. Awesome.
This is Faith Slaughter reporting for Lowdown. The UCM Department of Theater and Dance presented Our Town, March 7th through 11th in the Highlander Theater. Director of the play, Dr. Richard Herman, shared his thoughts with us, as this will be his last production at UCM.
Our Town is a wonderful classic play by Thornton Wilder. It won the Pulitzer Prize in 1938, and so this is the 80th anniversary of the play. The play focuses on the life of George and Emily, and how they meet and how they marry and develop their friendship.
It follows two families, is narrated by an omniscient narrator, the stage manager, which is the role I play. And we follow them through a day in their life in 1901, in 1904, and in 1903. It really just shows the little daily tasks that they do that bring them joy, the relationships that they have together, and tries to get an audience to find connections within their own life, which I think it does really well.
Hello, Bessie. How is she? Going on 17.
The process of Our Town was really unique. I've never done a show before that really didn't have a set or costumes. So the whole time when we're performing, it still feels like rehearsal, which is really cool and really different. So it's just been an overall different experience for me.
Dr. Herman would, stand out in the theater or up on stage with us, helping us figure out where to move, how things should be said, how to interact with other characters.
All that education for nothing.
This play is what we call meta-theatrical, meaning that there is as much focus put on how we're producing the play as the play itself. And so because it was my final production at UCM, I wanted to somewhat have an homage to the number of years of doing theater here. And so the actors themselves are wearing t-shirts from all the productions that I've done over the years. They address themselves as actors first, and then they step into the role as a character. Over the years, I've liked to add music to plays, and so I've added a lot of music to the play as well. And I've always liked that live back and forth interaction for the audience. And so a lot of times throughout the play, the lights will come up on the audience, the actors will be talking to the audience, interacting with them, and so the audience gets both how we're doing the show in 2018 at UCM, and then the story of George and Emily in 1901, 1904, 1913 in New Hampshire and Grover's Corners.
There's something downright cruel about the way that we send our girls into marriage.
One of the reasons that I really like Thornton Wilder is the messages that he presents in Our Town. And probably the biggest message that he's trying to say to the audience is we need to take time for the simple things in life. That oftentimes we get wrapped up in the larger issues, the things that we're doing, and we don't take time to have a conversation with somebody. We don't take time to smell the roses, if you will, to enjoy that cup of coffee, to enjoy those simple moments.
As the play goes on, it seems extremely simple, like the plot and the set and everything is just really minimalistic. But in the end, it tells this amazing story that we need to enjoy every day as we live it.
The play examines really big themes and really big concepts like life and death and eternity and things like that, but it examines it through little small tiny daily interactions, which is kind of the culmination of what it is to be a teacher.
The very first show I ever did was Our Town as a student, as an actor, and so I thought I would come full circle and direct it. I'm also playing the role of Joe Stoddard, a small role in Act 3, but just an opportunity to kind of sum up my acting and directing career as well as my teaching career at UCM.
I love Dr. Herman. He's definitely like one of the best teachers I've ever had. He's an amazing mentor.
UCM's got a great reputation, and I think a big part of that is because we've had him here.
I really do think he has changed the theater program here at UCM. He established the Black Box program, and he's just become just a good friend to all the students here.
His ability to communicate with students on an individual level and really get the best work out of them possible, I think, is a gift that he's got. Dr. Herman is a visionary. He knows what he wants, and what he wants is what's best for everyone. He wants the strongest department possible.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Herman, because he has just given me a lot of chances, and he's seen, a lot of potential in me and a lot of the students here.
What I'm going to miss the most about theater at UCM is the people. Working with the students on a daily basis, the faculty, the administration. I've really enjoyed my 31 years here at UCM, and what's made it worthwhile is those times of working with those students. It's the people that I'll miss.
This has been Faith Slaughter, reporting for Lowdown.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have left tonight. But do not fear, the show in its entirety and individual segments can be found on our KMOS TV YouTube page. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Ranjanae Hill.
And I'm Anaya Smith.
Good night.